Hi everyone, and welcome to the School of Nursing and Midwifery information session for Open Day. My name is Jane Walker and I am an academic in the School of Nursing. I'm also a registered nurse and I'm a graduate of the School of Nursing and Midwifery from a while ago. I'm here today with Dr. Jo McDonald to present our course information to you. We hope that today gives you all the information you need to know about our nursing and midwifery courses. Hi Jo.
Hi Jane, and thank you and welcome everybody. I really hope you get the information you need out of this session, but know that we're here for you right throughout this presentation and after as well. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which we are gathering today. I'd like to pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging.
Thanks, Jo. So today we're going to be covering off a lot of information that is relevant towards our School of Nursing and Midwifery. Jo and myself hope that we cover the information that you are really interested in hearing today. However, as Jo's already mentioned, we're going to have a Q&A afterwards that both Jo and I will be at, along with some of our other colleagues from the School of Nursing, and you're able to ask us any questions through the Q&A and also through the chat. Thanks, Jo.
So why Deakin? Why come to Deakin? Because we focus on you. Our student satisfaction has been the highest amongst Victorian universities for the last 10 years. So 10 years in a row, Deakin has received the highest student satisfaction ratings. It's pretty remarkable. We also have world-class education in the School of Nursing and Midwifery. So our school is in the top 1% of schools of nursing worldwide. And number 29, out of thousands of schools of nursing and midwifery, we're ranked number 29 in the world. So you know if you're going to come to Deakin, you're going to be satisfied and get a really good world-class education. We also focus on employability. Our graduates getting a job at the end is really a priority for us at Deakin. So knowing that when you come to Deakin, it is very likely you're going to get employed afterwards will also suit, I'm sure, some of those parents listening today.
Okay, so what can you do once you're qualified? Look, I imagine that you already know what you want to do. You've already got this idea that, you know, midwifery or theatre or emergency nursing is something that you're interested in. However, there is a wealth of career options for you in nursing and midwifery. Personally, I've taken a path through, you know, intensive care, plastic surgery. I settled at orthopaedic nursing for a while, and I've done lots of further study in education, both clinically and university education, and I've also dabbled in a bit of research as well. So learning will be your future if you become a nurse or a midwife.
That's absolutely right, and like Jane just said, we've all come with a variety of backgrounds, but you can be assured that if nursing is the best career in the world. I absolutely love being a nurse. You are at the forefront of people at their darkest times, but also the most rewarding times. And you will definitely be satisfied being a nurse. We have strong industry connections here at Deakin. So we have a fully integrated partnership model with many health services, and you can see them all on the screen there, across Victoria. So both public and private health services. What this means for you is that at each one of those health services, we have a professor of nursing who sits at that health service. It has a joint appointment with Deakin and the health service. So we get real-time information from the clinical environment to inform the curriculum. So what we're teaching you as an undergraduate student is informed by this really integrated network partnership. It is one of the only partnerships in Australia of its kind. You also get real practical world learning experience. So in Deakin, in our curriculum, you will actually go out on clinical, in the clinical environment in trimester 1 of your studies. So you'll spend the first 9 or 10 weeks with us learning about nursing and how to apply the skills of nursing in order to ensure that you're going to deliver quality and safe care throughout the first 10 weeks, roughly, of the trimester. Then you'll be out in the hospital setting, practicing those skills, having interactions with patients and nurses very early on in your course. You also have flexibility at Deakin, so you can choose to combine your undergraduate nursing degree with a midwifery degree or a psychology degree, but you can also study where you want to live. So for those of you who are itching to get out of home and wanting to experience living in a shared accommodation, for example, you might want to try Warrnambool or Geelong or Burwood campus. As I said before, our graduate employability is above the national average, and you can be assured that you are what industry want. Deakin's graduates are very sought after, and you are well prepared to hit the ground running in your graduate year as a registered nurse.
Thanks, Jo. So we at Deakin have an amazing academic team and facilities and services that are available for our students. As Jo said, we teach across campuses. So if you're studying as a Burwood student, you'll be doing exactly the same course that the students at our Waterfront and our Warrnambool campuses are studying as well. It's amazing. And as an academic in the school, I teach with my colleagues across those campuses really high quality curriculum that has been based on research through our partnership networks and our wealth of experience within the school. Students that are part of our school doing our units of study or subjects of study are learning through a variety of different methods, through cloud interactions, through videos, face-to-face teaching on campus where educators will be supporting students learning, to practical environments, to then, of course, as Jo's already mentioned, clinical placement that starts in the very first trimester of study and just builds on as you move throughout the degree. Thanks, Jo. Our facilities at all our campuses are just state of the art, and we wish that we could showcase them to you today, but through our virtual open day, we know that there are some videos available for you to be able to walk through our simulation centres at all of our campuses. But please let us tell you that they are state of the art. They look like walking into a hospital environment. We have many different rooms that we call wards where our students will go in and learn with a small number of students. So instead of having a large number that we would traditionally have in a lecture, like hundreds of people, we've actually only got 16 students that will attend our practical classes at any one time on campus. And this is where our students will get to apply their theoretical learning to situations so they can develop their learning for clinical placement and their future as a registered nurse. We have all the material, all the equipment that the students will need to be able to do that. We've also got a high fidelity room where students are actually able to immerse themselves in learning and able to apply their learning to a situation that is real and is timed, and the patient is responding to decisions that students are making on a moment by moment basis. It is absolutely amazing. Don't you think, Jo?
Absolutely, Jane. Couldn't agree more. Look, our simulation spaces are fantastic. And as Jane said, it's a shame that you can't actually come to share that with us under the circumstances. But I'm sure in the future when things open up, then you'll have an opportunity to walk through. It is fantastic.
Yeah, thanks, Jo. So Jo's already mentioned that our school has a really well-established partnership that we are using for many different aspects within the school, but mostly for research to be able to inform our undergraduate curriculum and also nurse-patient interactions. However, we also have a just as well established over 20 years of a clinical fellowship program. This is where our undergraduate students get to consolidate their learning with one healthcare facility for their entire degree, whether it be nursing and or nursing midwifery. So as you can see on the screen, you'll be able to see that we've got a mixture of both really large public and private healthcare facilities, that we have really strong established partnerships clinically with them. So our students can choose to attend one of these hospitals in the first or second year of the program, and for the remainder of their program only attend that service. What that means for you is that you will be able to consolidate your learning, feel welcome, feel part of the team, not have to worry about where am I going to park and what does that facility look like, but actually feel comfortable with all of those basic things. So where by the time you go on placement, you are just ready to go, and that patient interaction is your number one priority. Yeah, we have a variety and also offer it for our double degrees as well. Thanks, Jo.
So that you might be sitting here thinking, what course do I want to do when I finish? And some of you may not even be sure about what you want to do, and that's okay. You know, there are so many opportunities for you as school leavers or people who are wanting to return to studies. There are many, many opportunities for you. But as I said before, be assured that if you choose nursing, you'll be, you know, it is a fantastic career, one where you can really make a genuine difference. But the courses we have here at Deakin are all underpinned by our Bachelor of Nursing degree. So that is the 3-year degree at the top that is offered on all of our campuses. You'll also see the double degrees, such as our Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Midwifery, and there might be many of you who are listening today that are certainly interested in that one. Be assured that there are opportunities. If you don't quite get that particular degree, we only offer a small number. So if you don't get into that degree, you can always do it as a postgrad, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But what you also should be thinking about, if those of you who have strong leadership skills or really, you know, loving being the captain of your netball or football team, thinking about the clinical leadership course. We'll talk about this course a little bit later as well, but that's offered here at the Melbourne Burwood campus, and it is the only course of its type in Victoria. So the structure of the Bachelor of Nursing, you'll see quite a busy screen in front of you, but essentially those really bright pink, would you call them pink, Jane? Fuchsia?
Yes.
Yeah, pink. They're your core clinical units. So you will see in every trimester of the year of your course, you will do or undertake a clinical placement out in the clinical environment that is relevant to the study in which you're undertaking in that unit. The other colours, which are sort of the greeny colour, the light green, they are core units to the Bachelor of Nursing as well, and they're the supportive units or the professional units that you will undertake. So they're units, you know, such as anatomy and physiology, understanding health assessment, which obviously as a nurse is vital to undertake and be able to undertake a health assessment for our clients and our patients. And you'll see down on the right-hand side there are 3 elective units. So if you undertake the Bachelor of Nursing degree, you will get the opportunity to undertake elective units across whatever course interests you. So it might be photography, it might be dance, it might be a language. So if you had a real passion for something through your VCE or through high school that you're really good at, such as a language, you can undertake that as an elective in your course in the Bachelor of Nursing. But just know that if it is one of the double degrees or the Bachelor of Nursing Clinical Leadership course, those electives are taken up with those core units.
Thanks, Jo. Such a really well-rounded degree that's really been thought through. So every single unit is really relevant for the course. Just to support Jo's point around the clinical hours from the first year of the degree, we do 800 clinical hours. It's consistent across any Bachelor of Nursing degree across the country. It's mandated by our registering body. So as you can see, it builds up. So 40 hours, which equates to 1 week of clinical, and that builds up over time to 200 hours in the final trimester of study.
Thanks, Jane. And there might be many of you sitting here that are really interested in the Bachelor of Nursing and Bachelor of Midwifery degree. So I do just want to touch on this for you as well. And you'll see that that is undertaken over 4 years. But it is 2 degrees, 2 undergraduate degrees, a Bachelor of Nursing and a Bachelor of Midwifery. So you'll see it's quite intensive, and there is quite a large number of clinical placements that are associated with both of those degrees. Also remember, as I said before, if you don't want to undertake 4 years all at once, or you maybe don't get quite the ATAR that you need to undertake the Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Midwifery, remember there is an option to still do midwifery after you've completed your 3 years of the Bachelor of Nursing.
I think it's really important to remember that, Jo. Both yourself and me have specialised post our undergraduate bachelor.
Absolutely.
And we have done exactly what we've wanted to do. So, and sometimes that changes from time to time. So you may begin thinking that you want to work in a particular area, and then that transitions over time. So please know that you're not going to be disadvantaged at all if you don't get into this double degree first time round. As you can see, and Jo's quite clearly mentioned, our Bachelor of Nursing underpins everything, and it is the top 1% course in the world. So thanks, Jo. We do have amazing international opportunities. Look, obviously, because of the climate currently with COVID-19, international travel has come to a little bit of a halt for the time being. But we are anticipating at Deakin that by 2021, we will be able to start planning and looking at our international opportunities. And as a School of Nursing, we are really proud of the opportunities that we have been able to provide our students in previous years. We have strong partners at Bhutan, China, Thailand, and the Philippines, where we send our students over for 2 or 3 weeks to be able to immerse themselves in the environments over there, and the students are able to apply their knowledge and learning to different international healthcare environments, both community and acute nursing. Wonderful opportunity. I've been to China. I know Jo's been to the Philippines. We both advocate immensely for this. We also
absolutely. I absolutely want to agree. The Philippines was the best experience, and it just gives you a whole world perspective on healthcare. So hopefully they're up and running by next year, and you'll have the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. We are hopeful. There's also an opportunity for exchange that usually happens in second year. That's with a Denmark university, and it's a like for like exchange where you can go and do your study in Denmark and come back and continue on your course as if you never left. Actually, the units you do over there are equivalent. So thanks, Jo.
So hopefully we've enticed you now, and you're sort of thinking, okay, yes, I really want to come to Deakin. How do I get in? So all of our courses, you can find more information on the VTAC website. So make sure, and I'm sure all your careers teachers are helping you with this, but make sure you're really across any course that you're interested in, whether it's nursing or engineering. Make sure you understand what the prerequisite requirements are. Really important. For nursing in particular, it's just VCE units 3 and 4 of English, and you need a minimum score of 25 in English. If you're a non-school leaver, so if you're not sitting at the moment waiting to see what's going to happen about your VCE, there are other ways of applying to Deakin. Again, through VTAC, you can find all the information and how to apply through that VTAC website. The all-important ATARs. Now, sometimes, certainly when we give this presentation live, we do get a few groans in the room. Please don't. Please just pause, have a look. These were the ATARs for this year, okay? ATARs are supply and demand driven. They vary from year to year based on who applies, how many people apply, and how many places are on offer. So if you absolutely 100% want to do the Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Psychological Sciences, but are sort of thinking, oh, I don't know if I'll quite get 77, doesn't matter. Put it in as number 1. Bachelor of Nursing is number 2. And as I said, we can always go on and do those postgraduate qualifications later as well. But ATARs are a reflection of supply and demand. I can't stress that enough. Don't be disheartened or look at an ATAR and think, oh, I don't know if I'll get it. Really, if that's what you want, aim for it. You just never know. You never know.
Joe, before you move on, I don't know whether you can go back, but I also would like to say, and I know we've said it before, but exactly the same course is offered at each of the campuses. So as you can see from our Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Midwifery, at our Burwood campus, the ATAR was 91.25, but exactly the same course is offered at our Warrnambool campus for an ATAR of 74.50. So it's really important at this moment for you to consider whether travel is something that you're considering, whether going to a different campus is something that you're interested in, because our world-renowned courses are offered exactly the same no matter which campus you go to. And that's equivalent to our nursing as well, isn't it, Jo?
Absolutely. And it is truly a reflection of how many people apply and how many places are offered where the ATAR lands. So it doesn't mean that the course is any different at Warrnambool or any less at Waterfront. It is exactly the same course, as Jane said, delivered by maybe myself or Jane from different campuses. But it is really, ATAR is driven on how many people apply at the time for that particular year versus how many places are offered. So absolutely consider that sea change if you're after that one or moving out of home. Thanks, Jane. So the process to apply to Deakin, as I said before, you will find the majority of the information you need on the VTAC website. What's not listed on the VTAC website, you can find on the Bachelor of Nursing Deakin website. So make sure that you, as I said, look at the prerequisite requirements for any course that you're interested in. Or if you're an enrolled nurse interested in our course, you can again apply through VTAC, and that is again listed on the VTAC website, or there is a direct entry application that is available for trimester 2 entry only. But please just make sure that you're looking at the VTAC website, looking at the requirements, and any additional information you might need, you will certainly find on our courses website.
Thanks, Jo. So we have alluded that there are further study options. We just wanted to showcase to you that there are many different options that you can do after you've finished your undergraduate study with us. And if we can in particular draw your attention to the graduate diploma of midwifery. So that is offered as a postgraduate course, and it's 1.5 years. And let me assure you, it's actually a really nice option. It's where people are registered nurses and they're working in the field while they're completing their study. So earning a little bit of money and also studying at the same time. So I need to say, not a second option at all. But as you move down the list, you can see that there are many different things you can do, including maybe working towards a research degree of some kind.
Yeah, so certainly my trajectory has been certainly not what I expected. You know, I did my Bachelor of Nursing, my undergraduate degree, and hands were in the air. That was it. Never going to study again. And some 25 years later, still going, still studying. I think there's only been about 7 or 8 years out of that 20 odd years that I haven't studied. So never say never, but certainly my trajectory or my pathway has gone to Bachelor of Nursing honours degrees, to postgraduate critical care degree, education degree, or education certificate, I should say, to PhD. So I've now actually got to the top, and I've finished a Doctor of Philosophy in nursing a few years ago now. So the options are endless for nurses, and you can work in a variety of settings, as Jane said, and you will not be disappointed. It is the best job in the world to be able to make a difference to somebody, as I said, at one of their darkest times or maybe at their best times, isn't it, Jane?
Oh, absolutely. I've always said that it's an absolute privilege to be a nurse. Being there when babies have been born, but also when our patients have passed away. It's my privilege to be sharing patients' lives like that, and how lucky I am.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Joe, and to all of you for listening in on today's presentation. We hope that you have received the information that you were after, but a reminder that both Joe and myself will be on the Q&A just following this presentation. So if you have any particular questions that just relate to you, feel free to hop on the chat or ask us a question directly in the Q&A. It's been really nice presenting with you today, Joe. And we hope to see you all on campus next year.
Thanks, Jane. Thanks, everyone. Bye.